Michelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about knitted tank tops, and I have a few patterns that I would like to share with you all. And yeah, I have selected these patterns very carefully, but there are a few ground rules. We'll just put it that way. So I made a list of ground rules. First of all, there can be no side boob, okay? No side boob hanging out these shirts, okay? That's the first thing you will not see on today's pattern. Any tank tops that's showing side boob or under boob or any of that. No, we're not doing that today. Second of all, the tank top must be bra friendly, okay? We need to be able to wear some support under these tank tops, so they need to be bra friendly. Lastly, the tank top must come in sizes ranging from approximately 30 inches to a 60-inch bust circumference. So we're going to try to get as close as we can. And yeah, so today I am wearing the Unwind vest by Bash Harry, and I'm also wearing the Susie Beret by Jessie Roslin. And of course, I will link all of this stuff down in the description box below. All right, y'all, let's get started. So the first tank top that I have is the Tulip Tank by Pearl Soho. Now this pattern is free on their website, and the yardage that you will need to make this is between 730 to 1,540 yards. Of course, that's going to depend on your size, and that is 668 to 1,408 meters. And so you will need sport weight yarn for this project, which is cool because we don't see a lot of sport weight yarn being used, and I have come to really like sport weight yarn. So let's see, the bust circumference for this particular tank is between 31 to 63 inches, and that's 79 to 160 centimeters. And so this tee is designed to be worn with between 2 to 5 inches of positive ease, and that's between 5 and 13 centimeters. And so I like to include centimeters as well as inches because I know some of us are metric, some of us are imperial, so I like to include it for everyone. And what I really love about this top is that beautiful wrap detail. I love the subtle curl around the neck, but it also has like this beautiful wrap detail that you can really see. I think that's absolutely amazing. And I was reading about this pattern, and the way they get those subtle curls are by using short row edges. And so I haven't done short rows yet, so that will definitely be a new learning technique for me. Okay, y'all, let's mosey on to number 2. So the next top that I have for you all is the Kenosi Tank, and that is by Anna Deku, or Deku. Hope I'm not saying that wrong. Now this is a paid pattern, and you will need between 643 to 1,301 yards, which is going to give you 588 to 1,190 meters of yarn. Now, this particular top is made with worsted weight yarn, which you all know is my absolutely favorite weight of yarn. And trying to think, I don't think I told you all the thing. Okay, so this particular vest and this hat, I don't think I told you all the yarn that I'm using, but it is Barocco. Ooh, Barocco. I'm pretty sure it's Barocco 220 chunky or something like that. Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'll put it somewhere, but I'm pretty sure, I know for sure this is Barocco yarn in the chunky weight, and I'm very sure that it's called the 220, but it is superwash, and of course it's purple. It's amazing. All right, so let's get back on track. Now, getting back to the Kenosi top, the bust circumference is between 32 to 60 inches, which is 81 to 152.5 centimeters. Now, it is knit top down, which I love because you can try it on as you go, and it does have a little bit of negative ease, but the designer recommends that if you're in between sizes, to just go up a size. So if you're not quite sure, just size up. Not a big deal. So if you're looking for a challenge, this is definitely the pattern for you because it has a scoop neck front, a V-neck back with lace, straight body shaping, and I-cord edges. That's a lot in one pattern. It's a lot. And also, one very cool thing about this pattern is it can be worn several ways. So according to its Ravelry page, it can be worn frontwards, backwards, and inside out. Yeah, that's pretty cool how it can be worn inside out. Like, yeah, if you all make this, definitely let me know. But I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Love the lace detail. And I haven't really knit a lot of lace, so this would definitely be a challenge for me. All right, y'all. Moving along, we have the Fernwood, and this is by Alicia Plummer. So this is a paid pattern, and you will need between 380 to 1,170 yards, which is 347 to 1,070 meters of yarn. And for this top, you get to use an Aran weight yarn, which I love. And I think depending on where you are in the world, worsted kind of means like, well, Aran means like worsted weight. But for some people, Aran weight is that yarn that's like right between worsted and bulky. So it really just depends. And so if you are going to try to find yarn, definitely check out the stitch count of the pattern before you buy the yarn. So yes, so the bust circumference for this top is between 31 to 73 inches. So I love that. There's a variety of sizes and people that can make this top. And that is 78.5 to 185.5 centimeters of yarn. And so this tee is designed to be worn with between 2 to 5 inches of positive ease, and that is between 5 and 13 centimeters. So that's really cool. And also remember to keep ease in mind when you're trying to choose a size range. I'm still trying to learn how to calculate ease. You know, like I have a 44-inch bust. So if the pattern has 2 to 5 inches of ease, then which pattern size should I make? Usually when it comes to knitted pattern sizes, I make between either like the size 4 or the size 5. But depending on the ease, I may have to make a 6 or I may have to make a 3. I don't know. So definitely calculate your ease when you're choosing these patterns. All right, and also I love that lace detail down at the bottom of the pattern. I love the simplicity of it, of the tank up top, and then it has this beautiful lace detail down at the bottom. Kind of reminds me of waves, you know? Okay, so the next one we have is called the Lakeline Tee, and this is by Ashley Lillis. So this is a paid pattern, and you will need between 600 to 1,000 yards or 549 to 914 meters. And this one is Aran weight, which we love. Yeah, so this one is Aran weight. And the bust circumference is between 34 to 58.5 inches. And that's 86 to 149 centimeters. And when choosing these patterns, I tried to choose yarn weights that were different. So there'd be something for everybody, whether you like sport weight yarn or you like worsted weight yarn. There's a little bit of something in here for everyone. So keep that in mind. If you're listening and you're like, oh, I don't really like thicker yarn, don't worry, I got you. We got some fingering weight, some light fingering weight in here as well. Okay, so I think I mentioned the bust circumference. It's between 34 to 58.5 inches, and it is knitted bottom up. And it's knitted bottom up in the round, and then the front and the back is divided, and then you seam it together at the top. So I've made a lot of Ashley's patterns, and so you do the front, the back, and then you seam up at the top. Usually I will do a mattress stitch, but you can pretty much do whatever seaming technique you desire. Okay, so this tee is designed to be worn with between 3 to 5 inches of positive ease, and that is between 8 and 13 centimeters of positive ease. And like I said, I have made many of Ashley's patterns. I have actually tested quite a few patterns for her, and I just know that it's going to be great because, yeah, I've made so many of her patterns already. So I'm actually test knitting one of her patterns now. And so I will definitely be making a process video for you all in the future with that particular test knit. All right, because y'all, the test knitting bug has just bit me. Like, I love it. It's so much fun. Okay, so I have more. All right, so up next we have the Moxie. I love that name. And it is by Kate Oates. Now, this is a paid pattern. And you will need between 600 to 1,575 yards. And that is 549 to 1,440 meters of yarn. And this particular pattern uses sport weight yarn. So the bust circumference for this top is between 28.5 to 70.25 inches. So that's quite the range. I really like that. And that's between 72 and 179 centimeters. And so this particular tank is worked from the top down, and it does have some waist shaping. So top down with waist shaping, and it's a very fitted top, so it does have a little bit of negative ease. So definitely keep that in mind when you're choosing sizes. And what I really like about this tank is that it can be worn with either a higher or a lower neckline. So it's very, very customizable. And, you know, some of us like a higher neckline. Some of us don't mind a lower neckline. And so this is very customizable. So I really like that about this top. Okay. So the next top that we have is called the Knot Front Crop. And this is by Carrie Blummer. This top, I love it. When I first saw this top, I was like, it can be worn so many different ways with dresses, high-waisted jeans, high-waisted pants. I know linen pants are really in style now. So, yeah, it's very versatile. So, like I said, it's a paid pattern. And you will need between 410 to 1,245 yards. And that is 375 to 1,138 meters. And for this one, it requires fingering weight yarn. So something for you all that likes the thinner weight yarn. So this is fingering weight yarn. And the bust circumference is between 28 to 64 inches. And that's 71 to 163 centimeters. And so this tee is designed to have 2 inches of positive ease, which is about 5 centimeters of positive ease. Or, sorry, negative ease. Negative ease. Yes, this is worn with 2 inches or 5 centimeters of negative ease. So definitely keep that in mind when you are choosing your pattern. But I feel like if negative ease is an issue for you, just size up. I mean, that's what I would do, you know. And I love that twisted detail in the front. I think it looks so cool. And you could just wear this with anything. Like I mentioned, high-waisted pants, skirts. I'd probably wear mine over a dress, you know. It'd be really cute. Really, really cute. Okay, yeah, so that's just a fun layering piece. And a lot of these patterns are just really fun layering pieces. Okay, moving right along. We have the Sandpiper Tank, and that is by Aubrey B. Bussick, and this pattern was published by Universal Yarn. So you all may be familiar with that company. They are local, kind of local to me because they are here in North Carolina, so that's kind of cool. But this pattern is free. It is a free pattern. So yeah, you will need between 550 to 1,200 yards, and that's 503 to 1,097 meters of yarn. And so for this one, we get to use a DK weight. And I think this might be our first DK weight pattern, so that's exciting. And yes, the bust circumference ranges between 28.75 to 60 inches, and that is 73 to 152 centimeters. So this tank is knit flat in pieces from the bottom up. And of course there's some seaming involved. And so the stitches for the neckline and the armholes, they're picked up. And so they're picked up in the round. And so that just kind of gives you that detail. So you will have to do some seaming, but Hey, look, seaming isn't that bad. Some people like it, some people don't. Um, I don't know how I feel about seaming. It's a necessary evil, I think. I will do it. To get the finished product, I will seam. Not a problem for me. I'll just suck it up. No problem. All right. So, yeah. Now that's picked up with, that is picked up. So you may also have to familiarize yourself with picking up stitches as well. All right, so this particular tee is worn with 1 to 2 inches of negative ease, and that's between 2.5 to 5 centimeters of negative ease. And so the thing to remember with this tank is even though it has negative ease, it has a rib design. So it's going to be very stretchy. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your size, and don't let the negative ease scare you or, deter you from making this pattern. It's going to have a lot of stretch. So yeah, I think you should totally go for it. Okay, so moving right on along, we have the Streamline Tank, and that is by Alexandra Tavel of Two of Wands. You all may have heard about her. She makes knit and crochet patterns, and so this particular pattern, it's a pay-for pattern. However, it is free on her blog. So I believe if you want like an ad-free version, then you can get like the paid PDF. But if you don't want to pay for it, not a problem. It is free on her blog. And like I said, I will link all of this below. So to make this, you will need 464 to 696 yards, and that's 424 to 636 meters. And we get to use DK for this one, y'all. DK weight. And so the bust circumference for this particular top is between 33 to 61 inches, and that's going to be 84 to 155 centimeters. And so this particular top, it is worn with 4 inches or 10 centimeters of positive ease. So yeah, that should be fun. And what I love about this tank is I love the lines that's in the tank. And basically, to achieve those lines, you get to use half fisherman's rib. And that's another one, y'all. I'm just going to have to go back to YouTube University and learn how to do half fisherman's rib, because I have no idea how to do that stitch. Like, no idea. It is a totally new technique to me. But hey, that's okay. I don't mind the challenge. All right, so moving right along, we've got the Montpellier top, and that is by Anne Fiskham Sund of November Knits. Once again, forgive me if I messed that name up, but she is more so well known by November Knits on Instagram. And so this is a paid pattern. Yeah, I love this top. I'm pretty sure it's not on sale anymore, but I took advantage of a sale, and I was like, I'm just buying. I think I ended up buying like 4 of her patterns when they were on sale, but they're totally worth it. And so to make this pattern, you will need between 350 to 650 grams. And she didn't have the yardage or like the meterage listed, but yeah, 350 to 650 grams. And we get to use worsted weight with this one. And so the bust circumference goes from 33 to 55 inches, and that's 85 to 140 centimeters. And it is knit top down, so yay for that. And so first you do the back, and then the stitches are picked up, and that creates your shoulder and your neckline. And I love the side detail, the ribbing on each side. I think that's what really makes this pattern, is that ribbing detail that goes on the side. I think that is just so cool. So love that. And yeah, so this tee is worn with 2.75 to 3 inches, which is about 7 to 8 centimeters of positive ease. So yay. All right, let's move on to another one. The next one we have is the Pure Tee, and it is by Chris Berlin. Now this is a paid pattern, and you will need between 951 to 2,734 yards. And you may be wondering, like, my goodness, that's a lot of yardage. Why in the world would we need that much? Well, In meters, it is 870 to 2500 meters. And the reason why you need so much yarn is because this top is made with light finger weight. Okay? Light fingering weight yarn, like the super thin stuff, okay? So that's why you need so much. And it is knit top down. So at least you have that going for you, right? And I really like this pattern because it, first of all, I think it's very flattering. I love the lines of that pattern. And also you have the option to make it with sleeves or no sleeves. And also you can knit it like short and it has like the double diagonal lines, or you can knit it long and have more like an A-line shape to it. So yeah, I really, really think that's cool. And so those are the patterns that I have for you, but I wanted to talk a little bit more. Definitely let me know in the comment section below if you are interested in making any of these patterns, or maybe you've already made them. And, share your notes with everyone if you have already made these. So I have created a bundle, and in the bundle there's like between 25 and 30 patterns. I only talked about 10 today, but I have an ever growing bundle. I'm always adding to it. And so I will leave that linked below as well. So just to talk about the bundle a little bit. Now, some of the patterns go up to an XXL, and some of them are not very bra friendly. They might be like for the not the sleeve, but the strap, it might just have like a simple I-cord, because I know sometimes people like to use those as layering pieces, and sometimes people just wear them, as is. They like the thinner straps, and that's fine, like totally fine. So I did include those on the bundle. There's just a few there. I just like to have a little something for everybody. So, not everybody might not be like me. Like, I like bra friendly, but some people, they don't mind it. It's whatever. Yeah. So, in terms of sizes, I wanted to keep it between 30 inch to 60 inches for the bust circumference. However, there's a few in there that go up to like 55 inches, but then you got to take into account the amount of ease. So, there's a few there. Let's see, what else? One of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about was pattern sizes. As someone like myself, I typically make the bigger sizes. And so I really appreciate when a pattern or a pattern designer takes the time to create patterns at least up to a 60-inch bust. I think that is wonderful. And oftentimes in the yarn community, we talk about being size inclusive and going up to a 60-inch bust, if not bigger, so that it can accommodate more sizes and people with larger bodies. But here's the thing. What about the people with smaller bodies? What about the people that don't make the 30-inch bust? What about the people that are smaller than a 30-inch bust? And for me, I like patterns that think about everyone. Whether you have a 28-inch bust or whether you have a 58-inch bust. As someone with my size, I'm really happy that we are trying to be more size inclusive and include bigger sizes. But let's not forget, there are people in smaller sizes as well. And I feel like they need to be included also. And so I can't imagine how difficult it would be for somebody if they had a 28-inch bust or maybe smaller and everything starts at 30 or 32-inch bust. Like, that might be a little bit difficult. And, I have a 44-inch bust, but still, like, I keep that in mind that there's so many different body sizes and body shapes out there, and knitters come in all shapes and sizes. And so I don't know, I just think that that's something to think about when patterns are being designed. Like, yes, please keep us with larger bodies in mind. Definitely, I appreciate it so much. But also, let's not forget our smaller people as well. Let's make sure that they are included in those sizes also. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And that is why, like, today, all of the patterns were between about 30 to 60 inches. But in my bundle, I do have some patterns that start at like 28 inches and maybe go up to 55 or something like that. And I actually have the sizes listed under each pattern so you can determine whether you want to click on it or not. But I've written notes of all the bust circumferences to all the patterns in the bundle. So yeah, I just wanted to just speak on that a little bit. When I was looking for patterns, it was actually quite difficult to find a lot of patterns that even went up to like a 60-inch bust. I mean, we like we like tank tops too. But no, I'm not complaining or anything like that. I know it's very difficult to design, but I just really admire when a designer not only keeps in mind the larger sizes, but keeps in mind the smaller sizes as well, just so all sorts of people can wear their clothing. And I just applaud those designers that do that. But at the same time, I think that designers do deserve a little grace because let me tell y'all, I am not good at math. Oh my gosh, I am terrible at math. And so I'm pretty sure the grading process is not easy at all. Like I don't even want to go near that. So, I just really applaud those designers that just take the extra time, the extra steps to make sure that a wide range of people, whether they have a 28-inch bust or they have a 60-inch bust, that everybody can make their patterns. So yeah, that's my little my little spiel on that. But yeah, and I think another thing to remember is just because a pattern says it's size inclusive doesn't always mean it's going to fit well. In my experience, like I've made bigger sizes and the neckline was too big or the armhole depth was too low down. And so, yeah, it's a lot that goes into designing, and hats off to them because, whew, I would not be a good designer. So yeah, I have links to everything I talked about today in the description box below. Also, I have links to my favorite knitting tools as well. Also, check out my YouTube community tab. I ask a lot of fun questions there, and I absolutely love reading you all's responses. Also, if you want to continue to support this channel in different ways, I will link my Ko-Fi link below. And also, let me know what you worked on while you watch. Did you knit? Did you crochet? Did you spin? Did you weave? What did you do while you watched? Maybe you did laundry. Maybe you did laundry. If so, I hope that I helped you through the process. Because nobody likes doing laundry. At least I know I don't. But yeah, let me know what you worked on while watching. Or maybe you just chilled. Maybe you just listened to me talk the whole time. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And to continue watching, you all can click on one of the clips on the end screen. And yeah, you can look there for more videos. So until next time, bye.